Welcome to A Little More with Lynn, where we learn a little bit more about the Foundation's donors, volunteers, and today some of our staff. This week we are celebrating Nurses Week, and we have the pleasure of speaking to some of McLaren Greater Lansing nurses about their careers, their passions, and the way that they support our community. Today I'm very excited to introduce Erica Fox. Erica Fox is a nurse at McLaren Greater Lansing. She is a unit manager, and she's here with us today just to tell us a little bit more about nursing. So thank you, Erica, and happy Nurses Week.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So I was wondering if you could just start off telling us a little bit about yourself, how you got into nursing, kind of the path of your career.
Yeah, so like you said, I am the manager of patient care services on 6 East here at McLaren. It is our cardiology unit. I manage the day-to-day operation and also work with our staff up here, our nurses and nursing assistants. I got into nursing kind of in a roundabout way. Actually, it wasn't like my childhood dream to be a nurse. But I'm really glad my path pushed me this direction. I started out as a pre-med student and decided I did not want to go to school for that long, but still wanted to be able to help people. So I ended up in nursing school, and I'm really glad I made this career path. I have gotten to meet so many interesting people along the way, patients, families. I just love really learning about them and being able to help them at a really vulnerable point in their life.
Wonderful. So have you always kind of done the traditional bedside nursing in all of your career?
Yeah, so I actually started out here at McLaren at the other hospital on 4 Chi, and I was a bedside nurse there. Did that for a few years and decided I kind of wanted to have a broader scope of nursing, touch more patients throughout the hospital. So I got into nursing supervision and did that for a couple of years, and then I landed into this patient care manager role.
Wonderful. So one of the things that's a little unique to your experience is you managed what was the COVID unit during the height of the pandemic. Can you tell us just a little bit about what that experience was like, maybe what you learned from it, what you took away from it?
Yeah, so that was really challenging. I was just starting out into this role right as the pandemic was starting. So I was learning to be a new leader. You know, I've been a nurse. I know how to be a nurse, but learning this leadership role, and then also having this new pandemic that nobody knows anything about. And so just kind of working through that as a team. I was really thankful to be working with such a great group of nurses on our unit. And we got through it together. Sometimes it was day by day, hour by hour. There was some really challenging moments, but it built our teamwork. And I think everybody really grew from it, even though it was a very challenging time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for taking care of those patients in such a great way. You mentioned you started off at the old hospital at 4 Chi, and now we're in our new facility. We're coming up on 2 months now of being in our new healthcare campus. From your perspective, what has this new facility meant for the patients and also, our caregivers and staff that work there?
Yeah, first, it's hard to believe it's been almost 2 months. That's crazy to think about it. Really, the patients, I've noticed a difference in the patients when I've been rounding with them, visiting, seeing how their stay has been. The most common thing I hear from them is that they love how bright it is. It doesn't feel like a hospital to them. They don't get quite as anxious as they used to be coming into a hospital. The brightness really helps. The big windows, being able to look out, the beautiful views that we have, the sun that comes in the morning. Those kind of things really make a difference in their stay and the care that they're getting. They just feel much more at ease here.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the natural light that enters in that facility and the patient care units, the lobby, the cafeteria, just about every place you go. And yeah, I have to imagine it affects everyone's mood, and I would say, makes an environment for healing a little bit better than, kind of the little darker area that we came from. So
absolutely.
So as I said, when we started, we are celebrating Nurses Week, and I was just wondering, what does celebrating Nurses Week mean to you? The celebration of it, the recognition of your work, what does that all mean?
Yeah, so I think Nurses Week, it's a really great time to kind of pause and reflect on all the great things that the nurses are doing. So nursing is kind of one of these fields where you just give your all, and you kind of forget that it's more than just a job. They're taking these things home with them. They give their all to these patients and their families. So taking a moment to pause and just the sheer appreciation for what the nurses are doing, particularly at the bedside, caring for all these people in our community. It's really a wonderful thing. And it's a good opportunity to say thank you for what they've been doing.
Yep, I totally agree with that. So I'm wondering too, if there is any advice that you would have for maybe someone who's considering nursing, thinking about nursing as a career. What advice would you have for them, or just some thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great career path. I'm really glad that I chose this career. It's kind of an open door. There's so many things that you can do in nursing. Typically when people think of nursing, you think of the bedside nurse, but there's a lot more that people can do. It's very diverse. If somebody's looking for a fast-paced career, something, you can do one job for a couple of years and then move on to another job. It's really a great opportunity. And even within the same facility, it's not that you have to jump facilities. There's just lots of different things that you can do. And then the people that you get to meet, if they enjoy meeting new people, hearing different diverse experiences, it's a great way to do that as well.
Wonderful. Well, Erica, thank you for being with us today and celebrating Nurses Week with us. Thank you for all you do for our community, and happy Nurses Week.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And thank you for watching A Little More with Lynn, where we get to learn a little bit more about the people that support McLaren Greater Lansing and the Greater Lansing community. Thank you.